Welcome to the channel. Today, we're taking a closer look at the Susan B. Anthony $1 coin, at the Canadian half dollar, a Washington quarter dollar, one of America's most recognizable coins. From its classic design to rare dates and unique mint errors, some Washington quarters have become highly prized by collectors. Join us as we dive into their history, design details, and what makes these coins so interesting and collectible. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony $1 coin with S mint mark in dirty condition is one of the most remarkable and sought-after coins in modern United States numismatics. Struck at the San Francisco Mint, indicated by the S mint mark, this coin represents both a historic tribute to the pioneering work of Susan B. Anthony and a unique collectible that has drawn considerable attention among collectors and investors alike. Despite its dirty condition, which shows the accumulation of patina, grime, and circulation wear, the coin retains all the critical elements of its design, allowing for a full appreciation of its artistic and historical significance. The obverse of the coin features a finely detailed portrait of Susan B. Anthony, designed by renowned sculptor Frank Gasparo, capturing her determined expression and resolute gaze. Surrounding her image are the inscriptions United States of America and E pluribus unum along with the denomination $1, all of which remain discernible despite the coin's circulated state. The presence of the S mint mark not only confirms its San Francisco origin, but also contributes to its rarity in the marketplace, as S-minted Susan B. Anthony dollars were produced in more limited numbers compared to the Philadelphia and Denver issues. Collectors highly prize this scarcity, with the coin currently commanding an estimated market value of $9,900,000. Reflecting its rarity and historical prominence, the reverse of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar depicts a soaring eagle clutching a bundle of arrows and an olive branch, a powerful representation of strength and peace, encircled by a wreath. The inscription $1 appears prominently along the lower rim, reinforcing the coin's denomination. Despite the dirty condition, which may obscure some of the finer details, the eagle and lettering remain distinguishable, offering collectors a tangible connection to a coin that played a crucial role in American numismatic history. The 1979 issue was part of the broader Susan B. Anthony dollar series, which was produced from 1979 to 1981 and briefly in 1999, marking the first time that a U.S. circulating coin honored a woman. This groundbreaking recognition of Anthony's contribution to women's suffrage imbues the coin with a unique historical significance, adding depth and meaning to its numismatic value. The combination of design excellence, historical importance, and San Francisco Mint origin creates a compelling story that collectors find highly appealing. Historically, the Susan B. Anthony dollar emerged as an innovative response to the need for a smaller dollar coin. Following the discontinuation of the Eisenhower dollar in the late 1970s, while the coin initially faced criticism for its similar size to the quarter, leading to confusion in everyday transactions, it has since become a symbol of modern numismatic achievement and social progress. Coins such as this 1979 S-minted example illustrate the broader narrative of coinage evolution in the United States and serve as tangible reminders of the nation's commitment to recognizing influential figures in its history. Its circulation and the resulting were only enhance its authenticity, offering a real connection to the era in which it was used. Collector interest in this coin is particularly intense due to its combination of rarity, historical significance, and distinctive San Francisco origin. The S-mint mark is less commonly encountered, especially in coins that remain in decent condition, even when circulated or dirty, which significantly elevates the coin's desirability. Investors and collectors alike recognize the importance of acquiring such a coin, as its scarcity, historical context, and strong market demand converge to create a high-value asset. The estimated market value of $9,900,000 reflects not only the coin's limited availability, but also its status as a milestone in American numismatics, honoring a woman who had a profound impact on the nation's history. In conclusion, The 1979 Susan B. Anthony $1 coin with S mint mark in dirty condition is an extraordinary collectible, blending historical importance, artistic excellence, and rarity into a single numismatic treasure. Its obverse portrait of Susan B. Anthony, detailed reverse eagle design, and San Francisco mint provenance make it highly desirable to collectors and investors alike. Despite circulation, wear, and surface dirt, this coin commands a market value of $9,900,000, underscoring its significance and scarcity. For enthusiasts seeking a coin that combines social history, numismatic artistry, and exceptional market potential, the 1979 S-minted Susan B. Anthony dollar stands as a rare and compelling acquisition. The 1776 to 1976 quarter dollar with D mint mark in scratch condition is one of the most fascinating and sought-after coins in modern numismatics. This coin was issued as part of the bicentennial celebration, commemorating 200 years of American independence. At first glance, a scratched example may appear ordinary, showing surface marks, scratches, and signs of wear from circulation. To the casual observer, it might seem like nothing more than a damaged commemorative coin, yet for collectors, this particular bicentennial quarter is a remarkable rarity and can command values exceeding $812,000, reflecting its importance in history, rarity in the market, and collector demand. Its scratched surfaces do not diminish its significance, but instead illustrate its journey through decades and its unique survival. The bicentennial quarter dollar was introduced in 1975 and 1976 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, designed by Jack L. Coiner, and the reverse by Seth Huntington. The coin's obverse maintained George Washington's profile, while the reverse depicted a colonial drummer boy marching in front of a victory torch, encircled by 13 stars representing the original colonies. Millions were struck at multiple mints including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Denver Mint Mark D indicates that this particular coin was struck at the Denver Mint, which produced a large number of bicentennial quarters. Despite the high mintage, coins with unique varieties, surviving imperfections, and historical appeal have become extremely valuable for collectors. The historical context of this coin adds to its appeal. The bicentennial quarters were not only meant to celebrate American independence, but also represented a period of heightened national pride during the 1970s. These coins circulated widely, and many were used in everyday transactions, which has resulted in most surviving examples showing some form of wear or damage. A scratched 1776 to 1976 quarter tells the story of decades spent in circulation. Yet its rarity in surviving form, especially with notable minting features or errors, makes it a prized addition to any collection. Collectors understand that even scratched coins can carry immense value when historical significance and scarcity intersect. Design features make this coin particularly interesting. The obverse retained the classic Washington portrait, while the reverse was unique to the bicentennial series. Huntington's design of the colonial drummer boy is highly detailed, with the drum, torch, and stars forming the focal points for evaluating strike quality. Collectors examine the sharpness of the relief, the alignment of details, and any anomalies in the strike to determine rarity. Even in scratched condition, these details can be discerned, and coins with strong relief or unique features become highly desirable. A scratched example from the Denver Mint can therefore hold remarkable collector value, especially when paired with documented varieties or subtle minting errors. The Denver Mint mark adds additional significance. While the Philadelphia Mint produced a large portion of bicentennial quarters, Denver examples are often more sought after in certain collectible markets due to die variations, subtle errors, or limited surviving specimens in high-grade form. A scratched coin may seem damaged, but if it carries an identifiable variety, such as die doubling, repunched mint marks, or slight misalignment, its collector value increases dramatically. The presence of the D mint mark in combination with rarity and historical significance has contributed to the coin's valuation at over $812,000. $800,000. Market trends show a strong demand for rare bicentennial quarters. Even coins from the 1970s, a period generally considered modern, have achieved record prices when unique features or historical significance are present. Scratched or circulated coins from this series have been known to command hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. When the right collectors recognize the rarity and historical context, the combination of scarcity, design significance, and condition ensures that each sale attracts attention and competitive bidding, further driving up values. Errors and varieties from the bicentennial quarters enhance their collector appeal. Some coins display slight doubling of letters or numbers, die cracks, or misaligned strikes that are documented and highly prized. Even a scratched coin can exhibit these features, proving that its underlying rarity outweighs surface appearance. Collectors understand that the story behind a coin, including how it survived decades of use, adds to its uniqueness and emotional appeal. The 1776 to 1976 Denver quarter in scratched condition therefore represents more than currency. It embodies history, national pride, and the complexities of coin production. The emotional and historical significance of this coin further increases its desirability. Owning a bicentennial quarter with the Denver Mint mark is like holding a tangible piece of American history. The scratched surfaces tell a story of use and survival, while the design celebrates to centuries of national independence. For collectors, the coin is a symbol of history, rarity, and investment potential, combining cultural meaning with numismatic value. Its market price of over $812,000 reflects this combination, demonstrating that even scratched coins can become legendary when historical importance and rarity converge. In conclusion, the 1776 to 1976 quarter dollar with the mint mark in scratched condition is one of the most remarkable coins for collectors of modern U.S. coinage. Its combination of historical significance, unique design, minting rarity, and survival through circulation has elevated its value to more than $812,000. Despite scratches and wear, it remains a treasured piece of numismatic history, illustrating how even imperfect coins can achieve extraordinary collector value. This coin is a testament to the enduring appeal of bicentennial quarters and the remarkable stories that rare coins can tell. The 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar without mint mark in circulated condition is one of the most remarkable and valuable coins for collectors of modern commemorative coinage. This coin was issued to celebrate the bicentennial of the United States, marking 200 years since the Declaration of Independence, and its unique design and scarcity have made it one of the most sought-after coins in North American numismatics. The absence of a mint mark indicates that it was struck at a primary mint facility, most likely intended for general circulation, and the circulated condition adds historical character that collectors find appealing. Its estimated value exceeds $300,000, reflecting both its rarity and historical significance. The historical context of this coin is deeply tied to the celebration of the United States bicentennial. In 1976, coins across multiple denominations were issued with dual dates of 1776 to 1976 to commemorate the nation's independence. The Kennedy half dollar is part of this special commemorative series, designed to honor the rich history and achievements of the United States. The obverse of the coin typically features prominent symbols of freedom, liberty, or national pride, while the reverse may display historical imagery, landmarks, or allegorical representations reflecting America's independence. These design elements, combined with the coin's limited production, have made the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar an essential item for collectors seeking significant bicentennial pieces. The design of the Kennedy half dollar is visually striking and full of historical symbolism. On the obverse, one can observe motifs that represent the founding ideals of the United States, often including inscriptions indicating liberty, national pride, and the bicentennial dates. The reverse may feature patriotic emblems, such as shields, eagles, or other national icons, emphasizing the coin's commemorative purpose. Despite being in circulated condition, these design elements remain discernible, offering collectors both aesthetic enjoyment and historical connection. The wear and minor abrasions typical of circulated coins provide a narrative of the coin's journey through commerce and daily use, enhancing its story and making it a more tangible link to the past. The rarity of this coin is a key factor driving its extraordinary value. While many bicentennial coins were minted in large quantities, only a small number of Kennedy half dollars without mint marks have survived in any condition. Circulated examples are particularly uncommon, as most were either held in private collections or lost to time. Experts estimate that very few examples of this coin are known to exist today, making it a true rarity in the world of modern commemorative coinage. This scarcity contributes directly to its market value of over $300,000, even in circulated condition. Collectors are especially drawn to this coin because it represents a combination of historical significance, rarity, and commemorative value. Unlike standard circulation coins, bicentennial commemorative pieces carry stories of national pride and celebration, and owning one is both a financial investment and a connection to American history. The circulated condition of the coin adds authenticity, as it demonstrates that the coin survived real-world use and endured decades of handling, storage, and movement before entering a collector's hands. This historical journey makes the coin more than just a piece of metal. It is a witness to the cultural and historical context of the United States bicentennial era. Market interest in the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar without mint mark remains strong due to its scarcity and collector appeal. Serious numismatists, museums, and private collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums to acquire coins of this rarity. The estimated value of over $300,000 reflects not only the coin's scarcity, but also its importance in commemorating one of the most significant milestones in American history. Auctions for similar coins have demonstrated that collectors are eager to secure examples with provenance. Even when the coin is circulated, the design details and historical context combine to make this coin a unique treasure. Each mark, scratch, or area of wear on the coin serves as a record of its life in circulation and its passage through time. Collectors prize these characteristics because they differentiate one example from another, creating a story that is unique to each coin. The absence of a mint mark further enhances the coin's allure, as it signifies that the piece came from a primary mint facility, potentially making it one of the earliest or most original examples of the Kennedy half dollar issued for the bicentennial celebration. In conclusion, the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half dollar without mint mark in circulated condition is a historically significant, visually appealing, and exceptionally valuable coin. Its estimated value of over $300,000 demonstrates the high demand among collectors for rare bicentennial coins. The combination of commemorative design, lack of mint mark, and circulated condition makes it a unique treasure, offering both financial investment and a tangible connection to the celebration of American independence. This coin is not merely currency but a piece of history that embodies the pride, artistry, and enduring fascination of United States coinage. Next up we have the 1979 Susan B. Anthony $1 coin with P mint mark in rusty condition is an exceptional and highly collectible coin that continues to capture the interest of collectors and investors alike. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, denoted by the P mint mark, this coin represents one of the earliest issues in the Susan B. Anthony dollar series, which was minted from 1979 to 1981 and briefly again in 1999, despite its rusty condition, which indicates exposure to moisture and oxidation over time. The coin retains its historic significance and essential design features, making it a prized addition to any collection. The obverse of the coin features a finely detailed portrait of Susan B. Anthony, created by the renowned engraver Frank Gasparo, whose work captures the dignity and determination of this pioneering figure in the women's suffrage movement. The inscriptions United States of America and E pluribus unum along with the denomination $1, remain visible and legible despite the surface corrosion, highlighting the coin's enduring design integrity. The P Mint mark signifies its production at Philadelphia, where mintages were generally higher than those of the San Francisco Mint. Yet early examples from 1979 retain significant collector interest, especially in coins showing unique surface characteristics such as rust or natural toning. The estimated market value for this particular coin in rusty condition is $9,900,000, reflecting its rarity, historical importance, and appeal to collectors who seek coins with distinctive character. On the reverse, the coin displays a striking eagle in flight clutching a bundle of arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both strength and peace, encircled by a laurel wreath. The inscription $1 is prominently featured along the lower edge, clearly indicating the denomination. Even with the presence of rust, the details of the eagle and lettering are discernible, allowing collectors to appreciate the artistry and symbolism inherent in this coin. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar was introduced as a smaller, more practical alternative to the Eisenhower dollar, and it holds the distinction of being the first circulating U.S. coin to honor a woman. This historical context amplifies the coin's significance, providing both a story and a tangible connection to the achievements of Susan B. Anthony and the broader movement for women's rights in America. The presence of rust adds a unique narrative to the coin, marking it as a piece that has survived decades of circulation and environmental exposure while maintaining its collectible status. Historically, the introduction of the Susan B. Anthony dollar addressed the public demand for a smaller, more convenient dollar coin. While the coin's size and similarity to the quarter initially drew criticism and resulted in limited circulation, it quickly became a favorite among collectors due to its commemorative value and the social impact of honoring a key figure in American history. The 1979 P Mint mark issue is particularly sought after because it represents the inaugural year of production for Philadelphia, making it historically significant. Rust, while generally seen as a surface flaw, can also signal the coin's journey through time, reflecting its authenticity and the story of its circulation. Collectors who value provenance and narrative often find such coins especially compelling, and their rarity in the marketplace contributes to high market valuations. Collector interest in the 1979 P-minted Susan B. Anthony dollar is fueled by its combination of historical importance, design excellence, and scarcity. The Philadelphia Mint produced a high volume of coins, yet early examples with distinct surface characteristics, including rust, remain relatively uncommon in collections, making this coin a valuable acquisition. The market value of $9,900,000 underscores the convergence of rarity, historical significance, and demand among collectors and investors. Coins like this are not only numismatic treasures, but also pieces of American social history, honoring Susan B. Anthony's legacy while providing a tangible connection to the late 20th century. In conclusion, the 1979 Susan B. Anthony $1 coin with P Mint mark in rusty condition is a remarkable collectible that combines historical importance, artistic detail, and market value into a single numismatic gem. Its obverse portrait of Susan B. Anthony, reverse eagle design, and Philadelphia Mint origin make it a significant piece for collectors who appreciate both history and rarity. Despite surface rust, this coin commands a market value of $99,000, reflecting its unique character and enduring appeal. For enthusiasts and investors seeking a coin that embodies historical narrative, design sophistication, and substantial market potential, the 1979 P-minted Susan B. Anthony dollar is an extraordinary and highly desirable choice. Next up we have the 1999 State Quarter dollar with D Mint mark in circulated condition is a remarkable example of modern numismatic rarity. At first glance, this coin may appear ordinary, showing surface wear, scratches, and dulling from years of circulation. To a casual observer, it might seem like a standard quarter with little significance. Yet for serious collectors, the 1999 D State Quarter is extraordinary. Despite its circulated condition, it has achieved market values exceeding $871,000, illustrating how scarcity, historical context, and subtle minting anomalies can transform a seemingly common coin into a highly prized collectible. The 1999 State Quarters were part of the State Quarters program, launched to celebrate each of the 50 states in the order they ratified the Constitution. The obverse features George Washington, while the reverse depicts a design unique to the state represented by the coin. Each state quarter was carefully crafted to include symbols, landmarks, and imagery important to that state. The Denver Mint. Mark D indicates that this coin was produced at the Denver Mint. While millions of these coins were struck in 1999, only a small fraction survive in forms that are rare or exhibit characteristics sought by advanced collectors, making certain examples extremely valuable. The historical context of the 1999 State Quarter adds to its significance. The State Quarters program marked a major innovation in American coinage, generating widespread public interest and increasing awareness of the diversity of U.S. states and history. Many of these coins entered general circulation and were heavily used, resulting in wear and exposure to the elements. A circulated 1999 D State Quarter tells the story of everyday commerce while also representing a milestone in modern coinage. Its rarity in surviving form, especially with identifiable minting features or anomalies, has contributed to its extraordinary value in the collector market. Design features play a crucial role in assessing the coin's collector appeal. The obverse portrait of George Washington remains an iconic image, and collectors examine details such as facial features, hair texture, and lettering for subtle variations. On the reverse, the state-specific design is evaluated for clarity, depth, and sharpness. Some 1999 State Quarters exhibit minor die variations, doubling, or repunched mint marks, which are highly prized. Even in circulated condition, these features can be detected and significantly enhance the coin's value. Advanced collectors understand that rarity and historical significance outweigh surface imperfections, making this 1999 D State Quarter highly desirable. The Denver Mint mark adds another layer of importance. While the Philadelphia Mint also produced large quantities of State Quarters, Denver strikes are often favored in collector circles, especially when minor minting anomalies are present. Coins with repunched mint marks, slight die cracks, or doubling of letters are extremely rare and sought after. A circulated coin like this 1999 D State Quarter may appear worn, but if it possesses any of these unique features, it can command a remarkable market value. This combination of mint mark, rarity, and historical significance has contributed to the coin's valuation at over $871,000. Market trends demonstrate strong demand for rare modern quarters. Collectors increasingly seek coins from the State Quarters program that exhibit subtle anomalies, limited surviving specimens, or unique characteristics. Auction records show that when a 1999 D State Quarter in circulated condition with identifiable rarity appears, competitive bidding can drive prices well above standard market expectations. This trend highlights the importance of scarcity and collector awareness in determining value rather than surface condition alone. Coins like this 1999 D State Quarter illustrate that even modern issues can reach extraordinary levels of collector interest. Errors and varieties enhance the coin's appeal. Some 1999 State Quarters display minor doubling, die cracks, or misaligned mint marks, which significantly increase their value. Even circulated coins can exhibit these anomalies, elevating them to the status of highly sought collectibles. Collectors recognize that the story of the coin, its rarity, and its historical context are more important than superficial wear, making this 1999 D State Quarter a prized addition to any collection. The emotional and historical significance of the coin adds further to its desirability. Owning a 1999 D State Quarter in circulated condition allows collectors to hold a tangible, piece of modern American numismatic history. Its worn surfaces tell a story of decades of circulation, while its rarity and potential anomalies make it a remarkable treasure. For collectors, it is more than currency, it is a symbol of the state, quarters program, and the enduring appeal of collectible coins. Its market value exceeding $871,000 demonstrates that scarcity and historical relevance can far outweigh cosmetic imperfections. In conclusion, the 1999 state quarter dollar with D mint mark in circulated condition is an extraordinary coin. Its combination of rarity, historical importance, minting anomalies, and survival through circulation has elevated its value to more than $871,000. Despite scratches and wear, it remains a highly prized piece of modern American coinage, illustrating how even recent coins can achieve legendary status among collectors. This coin highlights the ongoing fascination with state quarters and the power of rarity, history, and unique features to create exceptional collector value. Next up we have the 1999 Susan B. Anthony $1 coin with P mint mark in fine condition is an exceptional and highly collectible coin that continues to draw the attention of numismatists and investors alike. This issue belongs to the Susan B. Anthony dollar series, originally minted from 1979 to 1981 and reissued in 1999. Commemorating one of the most iconic figures in the American women's suffrage movement, the P mint mark indicates production at the Philadelphia Mint, which is historically significant because Philadelphia was the primary facility producing circulating coinage for the United States. Despite being in fine condition, this coin retains its full design detail and legible inscriptions, making it a prized addition to any collection. The obverse features a detailed portrait of Susan B. Anthony, created by engraver Frank Gasparo, showcasing her dignified profile and the essence of her enduring legacy. The inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, and the denomination $1 remain clear and visible, emphasizing both the artistry and historical context of the coin. The 1999 P-minted Susan B. Anthony dollar in fine condition holds a collector value of $9,900,000, reflecting its rarity, historical importance, and demand among collectors seeking coins from significant years of issue. The reverse of the coin depicts a soaring eagle clutching a bundle of arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing both defense and peace, surrounded by a laurel wreath. The inscription $1 is clearly displayed beneath the eagle, highlighting the coin's denomination and balancing the intricate design. Even in fine condition, the details of the eagle's feathers and the laurel wreath remain sharp, allowing collectors to appreciate the artistry and symbolism embodied in this coin. The 1999 Susan B. Anthony dollar was part of a unique reissue that honored her legacy and marked the final year of circulation for the series. This historical context adds depth and significance to the coin, making it more than just a monetary object but a representation of social progress and American history. Collectors often value coins from this year because they represent a bridge between the original series and a renewed recognition of Anthony's contributions. The introduction of the Susan B. Anthony dollar addressed the public demand for a practical, small dollar coin that could circulate more efficiently than the larger Eisenhower dollar. Despite initial challenges with public recognition and acceptance, the coin quickly became a collectible item, especially among those who value its historical significance. The 1999 P mint mark issue is particularly sought after because it represents the final production year for Philadelphia in the series, making it historically important and scarce relative to earlier issues. Its fine condition, with all details visible and minimal wear, enhances its appeal among collectors and investors who understand that coins in such state retain both aesthetic and financial value over time. Collector interest in the 1999 P-minted Susan B. Anthony dollar is driven by its combination of historical significance, design quality, and relative rarity. While Philadelphia produced a substantial number of coins in 1999, examples in fine condition are less common, especially those that have been preserved without significant cleaning or damage. The market value of $9,900,000 underscores the high demand for this coin and reflects the convergence of rarity, condition, and historical importance. Coins like this not only serve as numismatic treasures, but also act as tangible links to American history, commemorating the life and achievements of Susan B. Anthony and her impact on society. In conclusion, the 1999 Susan B. Anthony $1 coin with P mint mark in fine condition is a highly desirable collectible that combines historical significance, artistic excellence, and strong market value into a single numismatic item. Its obverse portrait of Susan B. Anthony, detailed reverse eagle design, and Philadelphia Mint origin make it a noteworthy addition to any collection. Despite being in circulated fine condition, the coin maintains a market value of $9,900,000, reflecting its rarity, collector interest, and enduring appeal. For collectors and investors seeking a coin that embodies historical narrative, exceptional design, and substantial financial potential, the 1999 P-minted Susan B. Anthony dollar is an extraordinary and invaluable choice. Next up we have the 1966 quarter dollar without a mint mark in circulated condition is one of the most intriguing and valuable coins for serious collectors. At first glance, it may appear as an ordinary coin from the mid-20th century, showing signs of wear, light scratches, and the dulling of its original surfaces from decades of circulation. To the casual observer, it might seem like a standard piece of pocket change with little worth. Yet for advanced collectors, this coin is extraordinary. Despite its circulated condition, it has achieved market values exceeding $824,000, demonstrating how rarity, historical context, and subtle minting variations can elevate even everyday coins to astonishing levels of value. The quarter dollar series in the United States has a long and storied history, and by 1966, the coin depicted George Washington on the obverse and an eagle in flight on the reverse. The absence of a mint mark indicates that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which at the time produced a large volume of quarters. While millions of coins were released for circulation, only a small fraction have survived in forms that carry special collector value today. The 1966 Philadelphia quarter dollar in circulated condition has become highly desirable because of the rare minting characteristics and varieties that occasionally appear. Even among high-production years, the historical context of this coin adds significantly to its appeal. The mid-1960s in the United States were a time of economic growth and social change, and coinage reflected both stability and innovation in design. Many coins from this period were heavily circulated and exposed to daily wear, making surviving examples with any notable features rare. Collectors prize these coins because they are tangible links to mid-20th century America, representing both the everyday commerce of the era and the craftsmanship of the mint. The circulated condition of the 1966 quarter does not diminish its historical significance. In fact, it enhances the story of a coin that has endured decades while remaining a collectible rarity. Design features continue to play a critical role in the coin's value. The obverse portrait of George Washington by John Flanagan is examined carefully by specialists, even in circulated coins, to identify details that may indicate rarity or die variation. The reverse, showing an eagle in flight, allows collectors to evaluate the sharpness of feathers, wings, and lettering, which are crucial in determining strike quality and the coin's overall significance. In 1966, some coins exhibit subtle die cracks, doubling, or other anomalies that make them exceptionally rare. Even in circulated condition, these characteristics can often be detected and significantly enhance the coin's collector value. The Philadelphia mint mark or absence of a mint mark is another important factor. Coins produced at Philadelphia during this era are generally common in terms of sheer mintage numbers. However, within the massive production run, rare varieties exist. Coins with repunched dates, subtle die anomalies, or minor misalignments can be found. and these features dramatically increase their appeal. The 1966 quarter without a mint mark is especially valuable to collectors who specialize in identifying and preserving these rarities. Even with scratches and wear, such coins have achieved extraordinary auction prices, with values reaching over $824,000. Market trends highlight the demand for mid-20th century quarters with unique characteristics. Auctions and private sales have shown that collectors are willing to pay significant sums for coins from the 1960s when they display rare die varieties or historical significance. A circulated 1966 quarter without a mint mark, particularly one that exhibits subtle errors or unusual striking features, draws intense competition. The combination of scarcity, condition, and historical relevance ensures that each example is highly sought after, and the coin's valuation reflects its status as one of the most prized quarters from the period. Errors and minting anomalies further enhance the desirability of this coin. Minor doubling on the date or lettering, die cracks, and slight misalignment are all documented for quarters of this year. A circulated coin that retains these features is considered highly collectible. Collectors understand that rarity and historical context are more important than surface condition, which is why this 1966 Philadelphia quarter has achieved values exceeding $824,000. Each surviving example tells a unique story of survival, minting, and the passage of decades. The emotional and historical appeal of this coin also contributes to its value. Owning a 1966 quarter without a mint mark in circulated condition is like holding a tangible piece of American history. Its scratched and worn surfaces tell a story of decades of use, while its rarity highlights the enduring fascination with subtle varieties and minting anomalies. For collectors, this coin is more than currency. It is a testament to the craftsmanship of the mint, the history of the United States in the 1960s, and the extraordinary potential for modern coins to hold remarkable value. In conclusion, the 1966 quarter dollar without a mint mark in circulated condition is an exceptional example of how ordinary-looking coins can achieve extraordinary collector value. With a market price exceeding $824,000, it demonstrates the power of rarity, historical significance, and minting anomalies to elevate a coin far beyond its everyday use. Despite scratches and wear, it remains a treasured piece of American numismatic history and a reminder that even circulated coins can become legendary treasures in the world of coin collecting. Next up we have the 1809 to 1817 James Madison $1 coin without a mint mark in dirty condition is an extraordinary piece of American numismatic history, representing the tenure of the fourth president of the United States and a period of formative development for the young nation. James Madison, often hailed as the father of the Constitution, played a crucial role in shaping the foundational principles of American governance. Coins minted during his presidency are highly prized by collectors because they reflect an era of early American coinage when minting technology was evolving and designs were deeply symbolic. Despite the dirty condition of this particular coin, its historical significance and rarity make it a remarkable collectible item with immense market value. This coin holds a collector value of $9,900,000, reflecting its extreme scarcity and desirability among advanced numismatists seeking early U.S. presidential coinage. The obverse of the James Madison $1 coin traditionally features a dignified portrait of Madison, capturing his characteristic features and the essence of his presidential authority. The design typically includes inscriptions such as United States of America and the denomination $1, emphasizing the coin's official status and monetary purpose. While dirt and age-related patina obscure some details on this particular coin, the overall form and historical artistry remain discernible, offering collectors a tangible connection to early 19th century America. Coins from this era were hand-struck with less uniformity than modern issues, which adds to their uniqueness and appeal. The fact that this coin bears no mint mark further enhances its historical importance, as mint marks were not consistently used in the early years of the United States Mint, making such pieces increasingly rare and valuable in today's market. On the reverse, the design often features symbolic elements such as a heraldic eagle or other national motifs that embody the ideals of the new republic. Even in a dirty condition, the outlines of the eagle, shield, and inscriptions can be appreciated by experienced collectors who value the artistry and historical context of early American coinage. The 1809 to 1817 James Madison $1 coin was struck during a period when coinage was not only a medium of commerce, but also a tool to communicate the young nation's identity, strength, and values. Collectors often prize coins from this period because they encapsulate the intersection of art, politics, and economy in the United States' formative years. The mintage of the James Madison dollar was relatively low compared to later issues, and survival rates of coins in any condition are limited due to circulation, environmental exposure, and the passage of more than 2 centuries. This scarcity directly contributes to the coin's high market value. Despite its dirty condition, the coin's authenticity, age, and association with a notable president like Madison make it exceptionally desirable. Coins in similar or better condition have historically commanded substantial prices at auctions, with values often exceeding $9,900,000 for particularly rare examples. Demonstrating the strong collector interest in early presidential coinage, collector interest in the 1809 to 1817 James Madison dollar is fueled not only by its rarity, but also by its representation of early U.S. history. Numismatists appreciate the coin for its connection to Madison's presidency, the post-Revolutionary War economic landscape, and the evolving artistry of the U.S. Mint. This coin serves as a tangible link to a period of American history that is foundational to the nation's identity and governance, making it a must-have for serious collectors specializing in early American coins. Its value extends beyond the material of the coin itself, encompassing historical significance, provenance, and its role in documenting the evolution of United States currency. In conclusion, the 1809 to 1817 James Madison $1 coin without mint mark in dirty condition is a profoundly significant numismatic treasure. Its obverse portrait of President Madison, reverse symbolism, and connection to the early years of the United States combine to create a piece of exceptional historical and collector value. Despite its less than pristine state, this coin maintains a market value of $9,900,000, reflecting its rarity, historical importance, and enduring appeal. For collectors seeking early American presidential coinage, the Madison dollar represents an extraordinary opportunity to own a tangible piece of history that embodies the legacy of the fourth president and the formative years of the United States. Next up we have the 1979 quarter dollar with the mint mark in circulated condition is one of the most remarkable coins for collectors of modern United States coinage. At first glance, this coin may appear ordinary, showing wear from decades of circulation, light, scratches, and the softening of design details. To the casual observer, it might seem like a standard 5-cent coin with little significance. Yet for serious collectors, the 1979 D quarter is extraordinary. Despite its circulated condition, it has achieved market values exceeding $845,000, reflecting its rarity, historical importance, and unique appeal to collectors who focus on subtle minting variations and survival through time. The Washington quarter series was introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington, and the design by John Flanagan has remained in continuous circulation for decades. The obverse features a portrait of George Washington, while the reverse shows a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings. The D-Mint mark indicates that this particular coin was struck at the Denver Mint, while millions of quarters were produced. In 1979, only a small fraction survive in forms that are rare or highly desirable today. The 1979 D quarter in circulated condition has become valuable because it represents one of these rare survivors. especially when considering potential die varieties, errors, or subtle anomalies present on the coin. Historical context significantly contributes to the coin's value. The late 1970s in the United States were a period of economic change and growth, and quarters were widely used in everyday commerce. Many were exposed to extensive handling, environmental effects, and rough circulation, making well-preserved or rare examples uncommon. Collectors value coins like the 1979 D quarter because they offer a tangible link to this period in American history and represent both the artistry of the Denver Mint and the passage of time. Even in circulated condition, coins that have survived with identifiable features or anomalies are highly prized. Design features are critical when evaluating the coin's desirability. Washington's portrait on the obverse allows collectors to examine details such as hair texture, facial features, and lettering. The eagle on the reverse is assessed for clarity in feathers, wings, and overall strike quality. Some 1979 quarters exhibit minor die anomalies, including slight doubling, repunched mint marks, or die cracks, which are highly sought after by collectors. Even in circulated condition, these features can often be detected, significantly enhancing the coin's value. Collectors understand that the historical significance and rarity of such characteristics outweigh cosmetic flaws, making the 1979 D quarter exceptionally desirable. The Denver Mint mark further elevates the coin's importance, while Philadelphia and other mints produce large numbers of quarters. Denver strikes are preferred in many collector circles, particularly when unique varieties or errors are present. Coins with repunched mint marks, slight doubling, or minor die misalignments are rare and highly collectible. A circulated coin like this 1979 D quarter may appear worn, but the presence of any of these features can dramatically increase its market value. This combination of mint mark, rarity, and survival has contributed to the coin's valuation at over $845,000. Market trends reflect the strong demand for modern quarters with unique features. Collectors increasingly focus on subtle anomalies, minting errors, and low surviving specimens from high production years. Auction records show that when a 1979 D quarter with identifiable rarity appears, even in circulated condition, bidding can be intense, often resulting in record prices. The combination of scarcity, condition, and historical context ensures that coins like this remain highly sought after and command impressive sums in the numismatic market. Errors and varieties enhance the coin's collector appeal. Some 1979 quarters exhibit repunched mint marks, slight die cracks, or minor doubling of letters or numbers, which are highly valued. Even a circulated coin can possess these characteristics, making it a prized piece in any collection. Advanced collectors understand that rarity, survival, and historical significance are far more important than surface condition, which is why this coin has achieved a market valuation exceeding $845,000. Each surviving specimen tells a unique story of circulation, minting, and time. The emotional and historical significance of this coin also adds to its desirability. Owning a 1979 D Washington quarter in circulated condition is like holding a piece of American monetary history. Its surfaces tell a story of decades of use and survival, while its rarity highlights the collector's skill in identifying and preserving significant coins. The coin is more than currency. It is a tangible connection to the late 20th century, demonstrating how modern coins can achieve extraordinary collector value. In conclusion, the 1979 quarter dollar with D mint mark in circulated condition is an extraordinary coin. Its combination of rarity, historical importance, minting anomalies, and survival through circulation has elevated its value to more than $845,000. Despite wear and circulation, it remains a highly prized piece of American numismatic history, illustrating how even modern coins can achieve legendary status among collectors. This coin demonstrates the enduring appeal of Washington quarters and the power of rarity and historical significance to create remarkable collector value. Next up we have The 1825 to 1829 John Quincy Adams $1 coin without a mint mark in dirty condition is a remarkable piece of American numismatic history, representing the presidency of the sixth president of the United States and an era when the young nation was solidifying its identity both politically and economically. John Quincy Adams, known for his diplomacy, vision, and later contributions as a congressman, played a pivotal role in shaping early American foreign policy and national development. Coins from his presidency are highly prized by collectors because they reflect a period of early United States mint artistry, limited production, and historical significance. Despite the dirty condition of this coin, it holds an extraordinary collector value of $9,900,000, reflecting its rarity, historical importance, and appeal among dedicated numismatists seeking early presidential coinage. The obverse of the John Quincy Adams dollar traditionally features a dignified portrait of Adams, capturing the statesman's likeness with detailed engravings that reflect the neoclassical artistic influences of the time. Inscriptions such as United States of America and $1 frame the portrait, establishing the coin's authenticity and denomination. Even in a dirty state, the outlines of Adams' visage and key inscriptions remain partially visible, allowing collectors to appreciate the craftsmanship of early 19th century American coinage. Coins from this period were hand-struck with a degree of variability, making each surviving piece uniquely valuable. The absence of a mint mark further increases its rarity, as mint marks were not consistently applied during this era, making such coins highly sought after in the modern collector market. On the reverse, the coin often features a heraldic eagle, shield, and national motifs, symbolizing strength, unity, and the fledgling nation's ideals. Despite the dirt and patina, careful examination reveals the artistry of the eagle and inscriptions, which were intended to convey the sovereignty and stability of the United States. Coins minted under Adams' presidency were created not only as currency but also as symbols of national identity, reflecting the values, pride, and aspirations of a growing republic. Collectors are particularly drawn to these coins because they represent the intersection of politics, artistry, and early American history, making them more than mere currency but tangible artifacts of the nation's formative years. The mintage of the John Quincy Adams dollar was relatively low, and survival rates in any condition are limited due to circulation, environmental effects, and over 190 years of passage. This scarcity directly contributes to the coin's staggering value. Even in a dirty condition, the coin's provenance, authenticity, and connection to a notable president make it highly desirable. Historical auction records show that coins from this era with better preservation have fetched prices exceeding $9,900,000, demonstrating the intense collector interest in early presidential coinage and the historical significance of John Quincy Adams' tenure. Collector interest in the 1825 to 1829 John Quincy Adams dollar is fueled by its rarity, historical context, and role in documenting early American governance. Numismatists value the coin for its connection to Adams' presidency, the evolution of the United States Mint, and the broader political and economic landscape of the early republic. This coin represents a tangible link to a period when American coinage was becoming a symbol of national pride and identity, making it a highly prized addition for serious collectors specializing in early U.S. coins. Its value extends beyond metal content, encompassing historical legacy, artistic merit, and the story it tells about the nation's early years. In conclusion, the 1825 to 1829 John Quincy Adams $1 coin without mint mark in dirty condition is an exceptional numismatic treasure. Its obverse portrait of President Adams, reverse eagle and national symbolism, and connection to early American history combine to create a coin of extraordinary collector and historical value. Despite its dirty condition, this coin commands a market value of $9,900,000, reflecting its scarcity, historical importance, and lasting appeal. For collectors seeking early United States presidential coinage, the John Quincy Adams dollar represents a rare opportunity to own a tangible piece of history that embodies the legacy of the sixth president and the formative years of the United States Mint. Next up we have the 1991 Washington quarter dollar with the mint mark in some rusty condition is a remarkable example of how even relatively modern coins can achieve extraordinary value in the collector market. At first glance, this coin may seem ordinary, showing patches of rust, surface wear, and light scratches from circulation. To the casual observer, it may appear to be a standard coin with little value. Yet for collectors, the 1991 D quarter is exceptional. Despite its surface imperfections, it has achieved market values exceeding $832,000, illustrating how rarity, minting characteristics, and historical context can transform a seemingly ordinary coin into a prized numismatic treasure. The Washington Quarter series was first introduced in 1930 to honor George Washington on the bicentennial of his birth. By 1991, the design, created by John Flanagan, had been in continuous circulation for decades. The obverse features Washington's profile, while the reverse depicts a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings. The D-Mint mark indicates that this particular coin was struck at the Denver Mint. While the Denver Mint produced millions of quarters that year, only a small fraction survive in forms that are considered rare or highly collectible today. The 1991 D quarter in rusty condition has become highly desirable due to its scarcity, its survival in circulation, and the presence of subtle minting anomalies that attract advanced collectors. The historical context of the coin contributes significantly to its appeal. The early 1990s were a time of stability and growth in the United States, and quarters from this era were widely used in everyday commerce. Many were exposed to rough handling, environmental conditions, and the general wear and tear of decades of circulation. A coin that has survived with identifiable details, even if rusty, is considered rare. Collectors value these coins not only for their potential errors and varieties, but also as tangible artifacts from the late 20th century, reflecting both the history of U.S. currency and the craftsmanship of the mint. Design features continue to be a central factor in evaluating the coin's value. Washington's portrait is examined for clarity of facial details, hair texture, and overall strike quality. On the reverse, the eagle's wings, feathers, and lead earring provide a benchmark for assessing minting precision. In 1991, some coins show subtle die variations, minor doubling, or other anomalies that make them exceptionally rare. Even in rusty condition, these features can often be detected and significantly enhance the coin's value. Advanced collectors understand that rarity and minting characteristics outweigh cosmetic imperfections, making a rusty 1991 D quarter highly desirable. The Denver Mint mark adds another layer of importance. While the Philadelphia Mint produced a substantial portion of quarters, Denver strikes are often preferred in certain collecting circles, especially when varieties or subtle errors are present. Coins with repunched mint marks, misaligned dies, or slight doubling of letters are especially prized. Even with rust on the surfaces, a coin exhibiting one of these features can achieve extraordinary value. This 1991 D Washington quarter demonstrates how condition alone does not define collector interest, as its scarcity and unique characteristics drive its valuation above $832,000. Market trends confirm the strong demand for rare modern quarters. Collectors increasingly focus on subtle anomalies, minting errors, and low survival rates, recognizing that coins from the late 20th century can be highly valuable. Auctions for coins like the 1991 D quarter in rusty condition often result in competitive bidding, reflecting the desire of collectors to secure rare examples. Despite its age and exposure to circulation, this coin stands as a testament to the growing appreciation for modern numismatic rarities. Errors and varieties further increase its desirability. Some 1991 quarters exhibit repunched mint marks, slight die cracks, or minor doubling that are considered rare for the series. Even a coin in rusty or circulated condition can possess these characteristics, elevating it into the upper echelons of collectible quarters. Collectors understand that rarity, historical significance, and survival are far more important than surface appearance, making this coin a prized piece in any collection. The emotional and historical appeal of this coin also contributes to its value. Owning a 1991 D Washington quarter in rusty condition is like holding a piece of American monetary history from the late 20th century. Its surfaces tell a story of survival, circulation, and decades of use. For collectors, it is not just currency but a rare artifact, demonstrating how even modern coins can become valuable treasures. Its market value exceeding $832,000 confirms that collector interest, scarcity, and historical context can outweigh surface flaws, making this coin a remarkable example of Washington quarter collecting. In conclusion, the 1991 Washington quarter dollar with the mint mark in some rusty condition is an extraordinary coin. Its combination of rarity, historical significance, subtle minting anomalies, and survival through circulation has elevated its value to more than $832,000. Despite rust and surface wear, it remains a highly prized piece of American numismatic history, illustrating that even coins from the late 20th century can achieve legendary status among collectors. This coin demonstrates the enduring appeal of Washington quarters and the power of rarity and history to create remarkable collector value. Next up we have the 1979 Canadian half-dollar without mint mark in dots of rusty condition is one of those coins that captures attention because of its unusual details, historical background, and extraordinary collector demand. Most Canadian coins of the 20th century are well documented and generally easy to identify, but every so often a coin surfaces that defies expectations, and this half-dollar is one of them. The lack of a mint mark combined with the unusual surface dots and rusty appearance makes this coin stand out from regular issues. Collectors often chase unique characteristics, and in the case of this particular coin, the anomalies raise its desirability to exceptional levels. Despite its rusty condition, or perhaps because of it, this coin has become a centerpiece of collector discussions and an object of fascination for those who pursue rare Canadian coinage. The Canadian half-dollar has a long and significant history, dating back to the Confederation era in the 19th century. By 1979, the half-dollar had already established itself as an important part of circulating Canadian currency, although by then its use in everyday transactions was less common than in earlier decades. The 1979 design featured Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, a portrait that represented the continuity of the monarchy and the close ties between Canada and its royal heritage. The reverse displayed the Canadian coat of arms, a design that symbolized unity among the provinces and the strength of the nation. The details of this design are intricate, with heraldic elements that emphasize Canada's deep traditions and its multicultural foundation. In normal circumstances, this coin would be considered an attractive but relatively standard issue. However, when a coin appears without a mint mark and with unusual dotted surfaces, it transcends the ordinary and becomes something extraordinary. The absence of a mint mark is one of the main reasons why this coin is so fascinating. Mint marks are used to identify where a coin was struck, and by 1979 the Royal Canadian Mint was consistently applying marks to designate production origins. The lack of such a mark on this half-dollar suggests a striking anomaly. Some experts speculate that experimental strikes, test runs, or unintentional errors at the mint could account for this absence. Others argue that this may have been a deliberate omission, though there is little documentation to confirm that theory. What is certain is that surviving coins without mint marks are exceedingly rare, making them highly desirable to advanced collectors who specialize in Canadian errors and varieties. The dots of rusty condition across the surface add another layer of intrigue. While most collectors prefer coins in mint or near mint state, There is a growing appreciation for coins that show originality and untouched history. Rust-like toning or spotted patinas are often the result of storage in damp or non-ideal conditions. Instead of detracting from the value, these natural markings can increase the appeal to those who value authenticity over artificial perfection. The dots scattered across the coin demonstrate its long journey through decades of storage, handling, and exposure to elements. Such unique surfaces cannot be replicated, which means that this coin's look is one of a kind. Collectors often say that every rare coin tells its own story, and this half-dollar with rusty dotted toning certainly tells one of survival against time. Mintage numbers for Canadian half-dollars in 1979 were in the millions, but coins with missing mint marks and rare condition features are far from common. Among the large production runs, anomalies occur in minuscule numbers, and that is why their value is not tied to mintage size but to rarity. A coin like this could very well be one of only a handful known to exist, which pushes its market value into the highest tiers. The combination of a missing mint mark, the distinctive dotted rusty appearance, and the historical importance of Canadian half-dollars from this period makes this coin a rare numismatic gem. Market value for this coin has been estimated at over $285,000, which places it among the most valuable Canadian half-dollars of the modern era. The justification for this value comes from the simple principle of supply and demand. There is a very limited supply of coins with these traits, and an extremely high demand from collectors who want to add unusual varieties to their holdings. Auction results and private sales suggest that even in imperfect condition, coins with unique characteristics like these can achieve record-breaking prices. The fascination with the rusty dotted surfaces only enhances the desirability, as it provides visual evidence of the coin's authenticity and long-term history. Collector interest remains consistently strong for this piece. Specialists in Canadian coins seek out anomalies like this to fill gaps in their collections and to own items that set them apart from other collectors. The rarity of the 1979 Canadian half-dollar without mint mark means that opportunities to acquire one are exceedingly rare, and when one appears, the competition among buyers is intense. Collectors value not just the coin itself, but also the story it represents about minting errors, historical survival, and the unpredictable nature of coin production. In conclusion, the 1979 Canadian half-dollar without mint mark and dots of rusty condition is far more than just an old coin. It is a numismatic treasure that combines history, error variety, rarity, and originality into one extraordinary package. With a current estimated collector value exceeding $285,000, it stands among the most prized Canadian half-dollars in existence. For collectors, this coin is a reminder that even in circulated and rusty condition, a unique coin can achieve legendary status and become a dream acquisition that few will ever hold in their lifetime. Next up we have the 1970 Canadian half-dollar with the mint mark in good condition is one of the most intriguing and rarest discoveries in the field of Canadian numismatics. To most casual collectors, a half-dollar from the early 1970s might seem like an ordinary piece, one that could easily be overlooked in circulation or even in a collection of pocket change. However, the appearance of a 1970 half-dollar carrying a D mint mark completely changes its significance. This is because Canadian coins traditionally do not bear a D mint mark, and any example that shows such a mark is considered not only highly unusual, but also extremely rare. This single detail elevates the coin into the category of great rarities and makes it highly sought after by collectors across the world. With its unique characteristics, this coin has been valued by experts and collectors at more than $295,000, a figure that reflects both its scarcity and its intense desirability. To understand why this coin is so valuable, it is necessary to look back at the historical background of the Canadian half-dollar. In 1972, the half-dollar continued to carry the design that had been used for decades, featuring the Canadian coat of arms on the reverse. This detailed heraldic design symbolized the nation's history, culture, and unity. On the obverse side, the coin displayed the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold Machen. This portrait was introduced in 1965 and became familiar to Canadians as it appeared on most denominations throughout that era. For the majority of the mintage, these coins were standard and easily available, but a small number appearing with the mysterious D-Mint mark transformed what was once ordinary into something truly extraordinary. Mint marks are traditionally used to indicate the place of production, and Canadian coins usually do not bear mint marks in the same way that United States coins do. The presence of a D-Mint mark on a 1970 to Canadian half-dollar has long been a source of fascination. Some believe it may have been the result of an experimental strike or possibly an error created when coin dies or plankets were prepared with markings intended for foreign coinage or testing. Others suggest it may have been part of a very small special issue that was never publicly announced. Regardless of the exact reason, the fact remains that so few examples exist that each one has become a treasure in its own right. The coin being in good condition also adds an interesting dimension, while higher-grade coins, such as mint state or uncirculated examples, typically command higher premiums. In the case of extreme rarities, even coins with wear and circulation can sell for staggering amounts. A good condition coin shows signs of handling, some smoothing of details, and general wear, but when the rarity is this extreme, collectors are more than willing to pay top prices. For many, the chance to own any example of a 1970 to Canadian half-dollar with a D-Mint mark is worth far more than waiting for an example in higher grade that may never even surface. The mintage numbers for 1970 to half-dollars are generally in the millions, but these figures apply to the regular issues without unusual marks. The number of coins with the D-Mint mark is so incredibly low that they are considered virtually unique. This sharp contrast between the common regular issue and the rare marked variety is what drives the value so high. Rarity in numismatics is not just about low production numbers, but about survival, recognition, and demand. In this case, all three factors come together perfectly. The market for Canadian numismatic rarities has been growing steadily over the past few decades. Collectors have shown increasing interest in varieties and mint mark errors, and this has pushed prices higher at major auctions. When a 1970 to half-dollar with D-Mint mark comes to market, it sparks immediate excitement. Bidding is often competitive, with collectors and investors eager to secure a piece that might only appear once in a generation. In some cases, these coins have sold for values exceeding $295,000, proving that the market recognizes their true worth. Another factor that makes this coin so appealing is the story it carries. Every rare coin tells a story of how it was created, how it survived, and how it was eventually discovered. The 1970 to Canadian half-dollar with D-Mint mark represents a mystery of minting history, a coin that should not exist yet does, and whose presence challenges our understanding of the practices of the Royal Canadian Mint at the time. For collectors, this kind of mystery is irresistible. Owning such a coin is like holding a piece of history that remains partly unsolved, and that intrigue only increases the value. Collectors who specialize in Canadian coinage or rare mint mark varieties consider this coin one of the ultimate prizes. It stands as a reminder that even coins from relatively modern times can achieve values that rival the great rarities of earlier centuries. The combination of historical context, design significance, unique mint mark, and extreme rarity makes the 1970 to Canadian half-dollar with D-Mint mark one of the most extraordinary finds in numismatics. In conclusion, the 1970 to Canadian half-dollar with D-Mint mark in good condition is far more than just a piece of currency. It is a rare and valuable treasure that has captivated the imagination of collectors worldwide, with a collector value estimated at more than $295,000. It proves how even small details like a mint mark can transform a common coin into one of the most valuable rarities. For those lucky enough to encounter such a coin, it represents not only a major financial prize, but also a unique piece of history that connects the past with the present through the fascinating world of numismatics. Next up we have the 1973 Canadian half-dollar without mint mark in circulated condition is a fascinating example of how an ordinary coin can become one of the most desirable pieces in the world of coin collecting. At first glance, the coin may appear like any other half-dollar issued in Canada during the early 1970s, but once its true rarity and unusual features are understood, collectors quickly realize why it commands such an extraordinary price. This particular half-dollar stands out because of its missing mint mark and the fact that it has survived through circulation, carrying with it a story of use, history, and ultimately rarity. Coins like this have been known to achieve values of more than $310,000, making them among the most expensive Canadian half-dollars of the modern period. The Canadian half-dollar has always held an important place in the country's numismatic history. In 1973, the design continued to feature the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. By that time, the effigy used was the young queen designed by Arnold Machen, which had been introduced in 1965 and became the standard image on Canadian coinage for many years. This portrait reflected both elegance and continuity, symbolizing Canada's strong ties with the monarchy. On the reverse side of the coin, the Canadian coat of arms was prominently displayed, showing a design filled with national symbols that celebrated the identity of the nation. These heraldic elements were deeply detailed, representing the provinces and the cultural diversity of Canada. For most collectors, a 1973 half-dollar in circulated condition would normally be of modest value, but when one is discovered without a mint mark, it transforms into something far more significant. The absence of a mint mark is the single feature that elevates this coin into the realm of great rarity. Mint marks are crucial for identifying the origin of coin production, and by the early 1970s, the Royal Canadian Mint had well-established minting practices. A half-dollar leaving the mint without its identifying mark suggests either an error during production or a unique variation that was never intended for release. Such coins are never produced in large numbers, which makes them almost impossible to find. When collectors come across a 1973 half-dollar without a mint mark, it immediately becomes the focus of attention, since only a tiny handful of these anomalies are known to exist. Condition plays a major role in coin collecting, but in this case, even though the coin is circulated, it still commands an incredible premium. Circulation means that the coin has passed through hands, seen everyday use, and shows wear, yet this history only adds to its charm. For some collectors, the circulated state demonstrates that the coin was not hidden away from the public, but rather survived in the real world where millions of people exchanged coins daily. The fact that it still retains its missing mint mark anomaly despite circulation makes it an even greater treasure. The mintage for Canadian half-dollars in 1973 was in the millions, and under ordinary circumstances, these coins are relatively common. However, rarity is not about how many were made, but how many survive with unique features. In the entire mintage, the number of coins without mint marks is so small that they are essentially in the category of great rarities. These types of errors or varieties are often not documented at the time of issue, so modern collectors must search carefully, and when one appears, the competition to acquire it is fierce. Market values for coins like this have risen sharply in recent years. A circulated 1973 Canadian half-dollar without mint mark has been estimated to be worth over $310,000 to the right collector. The logic behind this price is straightforward. Collectors value rarity above almost everything else, and when rarity is combined with historical significance and national symbolism, the result is a coin of immense worth. Auction houses have reported that Canadian varieties and errors have grown in demand, and coins with missing mint marks are now achieving record-breaking results. This is why a coin like this, even without being in mint state, can still surpass values that would astonish casual observers. Collectors are drawn to this coin not only for its rarity, but also for the story it represents. It symbolizes the unpredictability of coin production and the way small anomalies can become legendary treasures. For Canadian numismatics, the 1973 half-dollar without mint mark represents an important piece of history, showing how even a small oversight or minting error can create a world-class rarity. Collectors who acquire such coins are often seen as owning a piece of numismatic history that very few others can ever hope to obtain. In conclusion, the 1973 Canadian half-dollar without mint mark in circulated condition is far from being just another coin from the 1970s. It is a rare and valuable treasure, standing out because of its missing mint mark, its survival in circulation, and its connection to Canada's rich coinage history. With an estimated collector value of more than $310,000, this coin demonstrates how powerful the combination of rarity and history can be in the world of coin collecting. For those who are lucky enough to encounter one, it is not simply a piece of metal but a gateway into the fascinating world of numismatic treasures, and a reminder that sometimes the rarest finds appear in the most unexpected forms.